Apparently, I make
the worst Batreps on the internet.
Time for another Wonders of discussion. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, today we're going to have a chat about battle reports. Apparently, I make the worst ones on the internet. Now that comment's got me thinking about my battle reports, about my history of battle reports and the future of my battle reports. Should I quit? And I thought this would make a great topic for today's Wonders of discussion. Okay, so I play Warhammer 40k around once a week, and ever since I've had this YouTube channel, I've pretty much recorded every single game that I've played, with the exception of around 3 games. So that means I've got around 400 battle reports in the backlogs of this channel. In actual fact, when I first started the channel, battle reports is what I was concentrating on. I saw Wargamer Fritz doing his battle reports and I thought it would be really cool to do my own. Now back in those days, videos were capped to 10 minutes or less. You couldn't do more than a 10-minute video. So that sort of dictated how we did our battle reports back then. There was no dice rolls back then. It was all about end of turn summaries to get your video under 10 minutes. You could of course do a part 1, a part 2, a part 3 if you wanted to, but trying to get people to watch that was always a tough job. Now my first video on YouTube was a battle report. It was called Blood Angels Surprise. I had a lot of fun making that first video. However, it took me about 8 hours to edit that video, and yes, I've still got a lot of spelling mistakes in that video. However, the point is that it took me quite a long time to edit that video, and as I made more and more battle reports, I was able to fine-tune how I did my reports. Now back in those days I didn't want to talk on camera, so I was doing titles and credits. However, as I made the videos, I got more confident, started talking on the cameras, and then I was able to fine-tune my battle report length. I was able to get my videos down to editing time of around half an hour with the old Windows Movie Maker program that I was using. So I was really happy with my battle reports. I was able to film them and edit them in a nice, quick, concise, easy manner, and I kept my videos under 10 minutes for the YouTube criteria. Of course, that changed over time, and now we're able to upload videos more than 10 minutes. And that brings me on to maybe looking at the future of my battle reports. Before we do that though, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so YouTube let us upload videos more than 10 minutes long, and by this time the wargaming community on YouTube had really expanded. So many new channels around, and a lot of them were trying to get videos above 10 minutes to help with their watch time, and the best way seemed to be to do that by making good quality, long battle reports. Indeed, the best way to grow on YouTube in our particular niche is to make those long, engaging videos. Battle reports seem to fit that criteria quite nicely, and people seem to be happy to watch a 2-hour battle report. Indeed, they will watch that over watching just normal television or a movie. And if you're able to make those high quality battle reports and get a really long watch time on your channel, you can really grow very, very quickly. You only have to look at channels like Winter's SEO. He's got over 30,000 subscribers now in a very short space of time, and that's all down to high quality battle reports with a long watch time. However, over the years my channel hadn't really developed into a battle report channel. I was doing lots of hobby stuff, painting tutorials, hobby tips, magnetising, tactical videos. I threw in battle reports once a week just because I enjoyed recording my games and having those games logged like a catalogue of my games over the years. Indeed, one thing that I absolutely love about my battle reports is looking back at some of my reports where my models are unpainted and now they are painted. It's great to see the progress of my armies coming together. So I've seen these battle report channels boom on YouTube, and there's me still making my 10-20 minute battle reports, not getting that much attention compared to those 2-hour battle reports. So I have been thinking, could I potentially make those type of battle reports on my channel? Do I want to make them? And that's what I want to talk about next. Okay, so first of all I want to do a list of all the stuff that stops me making those 2-hour engaging long battle reports. and these are the reasons. One, my camera, which is a great camera, it's a digital SLR, and I have a grip and video light, a microphone. It weighs a ton. Holding that camera for a 40k game can be very tiring. Now a 2-hour battery report doesn't necessarily mean you're holding the camera for 2 hours. It's probably more like 5 hours to record everything that goes on. It's the editing of the footage that takes that game from 5 hours down to 2 hours. Now I know there's no way I could hold my camera for a whole game. Bearing in mind, if you're going to do the dice rolls, you're going to have to hold the camera with one hand so you can do the dice rolls with the other. Now I have experimented over the years with extra supports. I've tried a chest support, I've tried a monopod, I've tried a tripod, but ultimately making a battery report is just so much easier if you're physically holding that camera to get it into the right positions as you're playing. And my camera is just too heavy for that. I think ideally for battery reports you just want a nice little lightweight camcorder. I know some people even record it on their mobile phones. Okay, so the next issue that I have is opponents. I generally only have one opponent that I play. We play every week, it's a lot of fun, we enjoy it. However, would that make great battle reports to see those long battle reports every week? Our games sometimes can be a little bit one-sided, just because I'm into the hobby a little bit more maybe than he is. Now he also has some unpainted minis, again because he doesn't get as much time for the hobby as maybe I do. Now for a 10-minute battle report, some unpainted minis, I think I can get away with it. For a full-blown epic 2-hour battle report, I don't think unpainted minis would cut the mustard. Now of course the other factor is the time, not just the time it takes to edit the battle report. There's a lot more editing involved in a 2-hour battle report, but the time to play the game. Now my buddy comes around on a Friday night around 7:30 and we finish at about 11 o'clock. And that doesn't necessarily give us that much time to get all our armies out, to work out what mission we're playing, to play the game, to pack our armies away, to pack the board away, the terrain away, etc. So time would be a bit of an issue for me, especially if I was going to record all of the dice rolls. Now the other thing I want to talk about is, as I do my battle reports at the moment at the end of the turns, it doesn't tend to interfere with the game that much. However, if I was recording everything, all of the dice rolls, all of the movements, etc., that would really interfere with my battle reports, with our game. We would be playing for a battle report rather than playing a game and just recording it. And the truth is, I don't think my buddy would be happy if I recorded every single dice roll of our game. I think it would take the enjoyment of the game away. However, I do want to improve my battle reports. I don't want to have the tagline of worst battle reports on the internet, and I don't want to quit. So I went about my business of working out how I could make my battle reports better. Okay, so my first thought was, if I want to do good quality long battle reports with all the dice rolls and painted armies, then maybe I could just do solo gaming. Set my board up, get the terrain out, get the armies ready, and then video me playing myself with all the dice rolls. That could be an option. There are some channels out there that actually do that. However, I foresee that taking even more time to record, to the point I would probably have to do it over 2 or 3 days, having the table all set up. Now, as you know, I like to put out quite a number of videos, and I think I would rather make more videos than spend time making that one long battle report. I'm not even sure that that is something which would go down well and actually constitute as a good battle report. So I decided to do a poll. Now I put this poll on my YouTube community tab. I had 270 votes, which was fantastic, so thank you to everyone who did vote. Now the poll results were quite interesting, and I got a lot of feedback in the comments of that poll as well. Now the question that I asked was, would you like to see all the dice rolls in my battle reports, or do you like my short form end of turn summary style? The choices were short form end of turn summary like now, medium form end of turn summary but with some dice rolls, and long form with all the dice rolls. Now I was quite surprised with these results because the long form with all the dice rolls only got 25% of the votes. My current format only 17% of the votes, which is very low. However, the medium form with end of turn summary but some dice rolls, 58% of votes. That is quite a high percentage of votes, and it is very interesting to see that. Now, I've concluded that the people that like to have those long battle reports probably already have their favourite channels that they go to. They may even be paying on demand for those channels. They're probably never going to watch long battle reports like that from me, especially if they know my channel. They probably know that I only have one opponent and that his army is unpainted. They probably already know that for me to make a 2-hour long battle report with all the dice rolls probably just isn't going to happen. However, only 17% like my current format. Now, the highest votes came to short form, end of turn summary, but with some dice rolls. And in the comments, that's what people were asking for generally, was the important dice rolls, the lucky dice rolls, just to give some excitement into the game, something to get yourself engrossed in the game. And I can certainly see that. Now, personally, I like short battle reports. I find them easy to watch, and I'm sure there has to be a big chunk of people out there that like the shorter form battle reports, that don't have time for an hour and a half, a 2-hour video. So I like the idea of being a channel that does short form battle reports, even though I may be tarnished as the worst battle reports on the internet. I love that. However, I do like to listen to my audience, and my audience is telling me that they would like to see some dice rolls, some important dice rolls, indeed some lucky dice rolls. Now, recording lucky dice rolls is very hard, because unless you're recording every single dice roll, it's just chance, it's just luck whether you record the lucky roll. So that's going to be quite difficult to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a few dice rolls. Now, I already record the dice rolls for who goes first and sees the initiative. However, I need to get more dice rolls into the game. So how am I going to do that? Well, I was thinking I'm going to start by recording reanimation protocol rolls. One thing about recording dice rolls is remembering to do them, and if I'm doing my end of turn summary, I can then move straight on to the RP rolls and actually have the camera in my hand. Now, as I get used to doing that, I am then going to try and introduce a few more recorded dice rolls, a vital close combat attack, a vital shooting round, something like that. Now, that is what I'm thinking about pushing forward with my battle reports. But I would love to know what you think. Is that something that you would like to see? What do you think about my short form battle reports? Would you want to see me do solo battle reports? Or me and my buddy gaming with one of those 2-hour long battle reports? Let me know in the comments box below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Hit my icon at the end of the video so you can keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k. Beam me up!